Alright, y'all. We are officially on the series finale of the Pokemon League Review series, and I am hyped! Can you believe this all happened 2 months ago? I'm so glad I chose to make that video because it benefited me so much. What's crazy is that the entire time I was making that video, I kept getting this feeling that this video was gonna do numbers. And it did. And I like to think that that was God telling me like, yo, keep going. You're gonna be surprised at the results. And he was right. This was definitely one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. And I'm glad that these videos have been getting very well received and that during those 2 months we've been able to build this little community we got going, you know. I'd also like to give a shout out to my thumbnail editor, S. He's the one who's been making the thumbnails for these videos and he's been doing a really good job. So I appreciate him for that. So yeah, thank you. Truly, thank you. Let's jump into the Masters 8. Alright, the day is here. I am ready! Ash and Go arrive at Wyndon Stadium where the Masters 8 is being held. At the entrance, they're met by Hop who wants to battle. I'm sorry, but after replaying Shield recently and having to deal with this so much, it only makes sense that he want to fight now. After absolutely no diffing Hop's Wooloo, Ash enters the room where all the contestants were, and boy, the amount of aura resonating from this room! No joke, this was like a 1st or 2nd grader being sent to the 5th grader's classroom. You would have thought you just walked in on an operation. Anyway, they introduced all the champions, giving my boy Ash his flowers, finally, and Leon was like, "Can't nobody in this hole with me, man. Oh my mama, I'm sweeping all of y'all." The first round matchups were Leon versus Alon, RIP to him, Lance versus Diantha, Cynthia versus Iris, and Steven versus Ash. Not gonna lie, I really wanted Ash versus Alon in the first round because I really wanted him to get his get back from the Kalos League. But it wouldn't be right if they did it without Greninja, so I guess it's fine. Leon versus Alon was like watching the Heat versus the Celtics this year. He stood no chance. Right off the bat, Leon Gigantamaxes Rillaboom and starts beating his wood. I'm so sorry, that was a terrible joke. It uses G-Max Drum Solo, which Chestnut blocks with Spiky Shield. It then uses Max Airstream and Chestnut goes into a spin cycle and lands Gyro Ball. Chestnut uses Pin Missile, which Rillaboom blocks with Max Quake, using up its Gigantamax. Chestnut uses Gyro Ball again, but Rillaboom had to show him how the monkeys move for real. What is wrong with me today? And lands a 1-2 combo. Alon's next Pokemon is Charizard. I have never preyed on a Pokemon's downfall this hard ever in my life. Alon's Charizard absolutely wrecks Rillaboom, but this will be the last effective thing that we see Alon do for the rest of this battle. Cause, past this point, Leon beats the dog out of Alon. I almost felt sorry for this man, but then I remember what he did in X and Y, and I was like, anywho, Charizard packing hard. Next was Lance versus Diantha, and low-key, Lance kind of got outplayed on this one, I ain't gonna lie. Lance starts with Dragonite, and Diantha leads with Aurorus. Dragonite uses Hyper Beam, and Aurorus uses Light Screen, which reduces the damage taken from Hyper Beam. Aurorus uses Blizzard, which Dragonite was somehow able to tank. Then it uses Body Slam, which was nerfed by Reflect. Diantha out here playing like the 15-16 Warriors. Aurorus gets knocked out by Twister, so Diantha switches to Gourgeist and Lance switches to Gyarados. Gourgeist uses Trick or Treat, which if you think about it, pretty much kills their opponent since Ghost types are dead. This means that if Gyarados were to be hit by a Ghost type move, it would be super effective. Gyarados uses Aqua Tail, but Gourgeist was like, meh. Gyarados uses Dragon Pulse, but it was hit by Shadow Sneak in the process. It launches Dragon Pulse anyway and lands a direct hit. Gourgeist dodges Ice Fang with Phantom Force and gives Gyarados a clean hit to the jaw. As a last resort, Gyarados lands Dragon Pulse, but it wasn't enough, so it got knocked out. Lance's next Pokemon is Hydreigon. Gourgeist turns it into a Ghost type, then Hydreigon hits back with Dark Pulse. Gourgeist flinches, which allowed Hydreigon to land another Dark Pulse, getting the knockout. Diantha sends in her Ace Gardevoir and Mega Evolves it. Gardevoir uses Shadow Ball, then Hydreigon blocks with Tri-Attack. Hydreigon uses Flash Cannon, which Gardevoir made vanish with Psychic. I don't know how you do that, but hey, it was cool. It then follows up with Moon Blast, which was a direct hit, knocking out Hydreigon. Lance sends Dragonite back in and Dynamaxes it. And I'm gonna say this right now, the Sword and Shield battle theme is one of the greatest battle themes Pokemon ever created. Right behind Greninja's. Anyway, Dragonite goes Biggie and uses Max Hailstorm, summoning Hail. It lands Max Strike, then deflects Shadow Ball with Max Wormwind. Once its Dynamax was used up, Dragonite uses Hyper Beam, but Diantha did her signature Checkmate Snap, which usually means yo ass is grass. Gardevoir dodges Hyper Beam, then lands a Spirit Bomb Moonblast, taking the win. Yeah, that's right. Put some respect on her name, bruh. The next battle was Iris versus Cynthia. I remember watching Iris getting destroyed by Cynthia in Black and White, so I was really excited to see Iris lose in a less embarrassing way. But at least she put up a fight. Gastrodon sets up Rain, then took a Metal Claw to the chest. Excadrill uses Focus Blast but got hit by Muddy Water. Gastrodon uses Acid Armor, which made Drill Run look like Drill Walk. It then uses Muddy Water, which Excadrill was able to withstand, then got taken out by Horndrill. Next is Milotic. Excadrill charges in with Horndrill, but Milotic was like, "Watch out, blood!" And look at Cynthia, bro. Look at the stance of dominance. She ain't even look back. She just said, "Alright, next play." Iris's next Pokemon is her Black Air Force Dragonite. 13 seconds after being sent out of its Pokeball, it's like, "Catch these! Catch these! Catch these!" It got hit by Disarming Voice, then got decked in the face with Iron Head. So, that's not good. Iris's final Pokemon is her Haxorus. That same my fault. The same little lame annoying Axie from Black and White. I remember when Iris came back earlier in the series and she sent out Haxorus and I was like,
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Haxorus blocks Disarming Voice with Psycho Cut, then lands a clean, what do you even call this? Upper tail? I don't even know. Here's Cynthia go again, not looking back. She ain't even worried about the outcome. She knows she gonna win. Why? Look who's coming out next.
Garchomp!
Stop playing with her, bro. Garchomp uses Draco Meteor and Haxorus uses Crash Out. They get up close and personal and start going to town. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Haxorus gets confused, so it slams his head on the ground to snap out of it. "Baby Kia, is that you?" Eventually, Cynthia was like, "Alright, enough with the games," and pulls out some lipstick? What you gonna do with lipstick? Oh! And it's sharpening its blade. Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's over. Both of them start going band for band, hit for hit, trade for trade, until Haxorus lands a point blank Dragon Pulse. Then Iris does her dragon telepathy thing, I don't know what it is. And Cynthia was like, "Man, forget all that, catch these rocks!" Haxorus responds with Dragon Pulse, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, making Cynthia the winner. Later on, she was in the back like, "She's so cool, bro. Her aura's unmatched. She really the GOAT for real." Alright, final battle of the first round. Ash versus Steven. Steven's Metagross dodges Water Gun with agility, then tries to use Psychic but got blocked by Fishy's Rend. Steven subs in Aggron for Metagross, who takes out Dracovish with Heavy Slam. Ash sends in Gengar and uses Will-O-Wisp, burning Aggron. Aggron uses Smart Strike, but since it was burned, it couldn't hit that hard. It uses Rock Tomb, which Gengar blocks with Dazzling Gleam. Eventually, the burn caught up to Aggron, taking it out. Steven's next Pokemon is Cradily. I like Cradily, but I also hate Cradily, mainly because of all the trouble it caused me in Ruby, or any Gen 3 game I've played, or any game that just has Cradily in it. It uses Power Whip and starts smacking Gengar everywhere, then uses Ingrain to recover the damage taken from the Sludge Bomb it just took to the face. Then Ash decides to fight Light with Light. I don't know what part of his brain he just pulls these ideas out from, but I mean it sure was convenient. Gengar takes a page out of Goku's book, but can't nobody beat Goku, so he got smacked up and put down. Ash's final Pokemon is the Son of Arceus itself, Pikachu. He decks Cradily in the head with Quick Attack, then uses the rocks to get in close. Cradily uses Power Whip, but Pikachu was like, "Gotcha, bitch!" Then gets a free hit on Cradily. Steven sends Metagross back in and Mega Evolves it. Pikachu uses Thunderbolt, but Metagross dodges them no problem. Then it hits Pikachu with Meteor Mash, sending Pikachu all the way back. Metagross avoids Iron Tail, then uses Psychic, slamming Pikachu on the ground. Then Pikachu lets out his signature Z move, "Let that hoe rip extreme!" Metagross tries to hit Pikachu from the back, pause, but Pikachu blocks Flash Cannon, then locked him up and finished it with Iron Tail. This means that Ash will be facing Cynthia in the semifinals. Before the match, Ash and Cynthia were chopping it up, and it's here that we learn more about Cynthia's past. Afterward, the battle between Leon and Diantha begins, but since they want to focus on a lost child, we didn't get to see much of it. But that didn't matter since she got absolutely rocked. She was able to get 2 knockouts, but once Leon Gigantamax Charizard, it wouldn't be very long until Diantha was eliminated. Normally I don't like when battles are skipped, but there's always going to be that one battle that's just skipped for a random side quest. This battle just happened to be it. Now it's time for the long awaited Ash versus Cynthia. Ash leads with Dragonite and Cynthia leads with Spiritomb. Dragonite uses Draco Meteor, but Spiritomb was like, nope, not gonna let you do that, and lands Sucker Punch. Dragonite uses Draco Meteor anyway, and Spiritomb just stands there and starts laughing at this man like, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good move. Now let's see how your dreams taste, buddy. He was not stopping. Ash was in the back like, Ash switches to Gengar, and Cynthia sends in Roserade. Roserade uses Bullet Seed, and Gengar uses Shadow Ball. Both Will-O-Wisp and Leaf Storm collide, which led to both sides getting hit. Cynthia subs out Roserade and sends Spiritomb back in. Both Pokemon land Dazzling Gleam and Sucker Punch respectively, but Gengar couldn't take the hit and got knocked out. Cynthia switches in Togekiss and Ash sends in Pikachu. Togekiss dodges Pikachu's Thunderbolt, then lands Air Slash followed by Zen Headbutt. Cynthia switches into Gastrodon and uses Earth Power. Pikachu uses the rocks to get into the air, then uses Iron Tail to cut up the rocks and launch them at Gastrodon. It then uses Quick Attack to land the finishing blow. Cynthia sends in Spiritomb and uses Hypnosis, but thanks to Pikachu's stellar breakdancing skills, aka Counter Shield, it blocked Hypnosis and landed Thunderbolt. Pikachu traps Spiritomb with Electro Web, then finishes it with Iron Tail. But before Spiritomb was knocked out, it used Destiny Bond, taking out Pikachu in the process. So now Ash can't rely on Pikachu. Ash sends in Dracovish and Cynthia sends out Garchomp. Dracovish uses Ice Fang, but Garchomp dodges it and hits it with Dragon Claw from behind. Garchomp sets up Stealth Rock, then gets switched out for Roserade, who is no longer burnt because of Natural Cure. Dracovish uses Fishious Rend, but got nailed in the stomach by Poison Jab. It lands Fishious Rend, but got poisoned while doing so. Roserade uses Leaf Storm, and Dracovish powers through with Dragon Rush and takes out Roserade. Ash tries to switch out Dracovish, but it was like, nah coach, keep me in, I'm trying to get my minutes. Cynthia sends in Milotic and uses Disarming Voice. Dracovish fights back with Dragon Rush, then Milotic tries to use the same tactic he used against Dragonite. Dracovish was able to get off Fishy's Rend but was KO'd in the process. Ash's next Pokemon was Sirfetch'd, who was hit upon entry with the Stealth Rock that Garchomp set up earlier. It used Brutal Swing to get rid of the Stealth Rock, then uses Fury Cutter. Milotic tried to use Iron Head, but it was blocked and Fury Cutter connected. Sirfetch'd then powered through Disarming Voice with Meteor Mash, then takes out Milotic. Now both sides have 2 Pokemon left. Garchomp gets sent back out and uses Scale Shot, which got deflected by Fury Cutter. Garchomp overpowers Sirfetch'd but couldn't land the second hit. Sirfetch'd powered through Draco Meteor and they both have a dramatic standoff. Garchomp almost fell over but was able to keep standing. This meant that Sirfetch'd was defeated. Why'd it have to be like this? I thought I had him. Should I even fall? Nah, I don't want to lose aura points. Cinderace hopped out the Pokeball like, you got this, Lucario! Show them how the Cerise boys do it! Lucario runs in with Bullet Punch and deflects Air Slash. It then jumps in the air and did its best JoJo's impression and literally rained down punches on this man. And it didn't stop even when they hit the ground. Like, ref, you just gonna sit by and let this happen? Lucario follows up with Aura Sphere but got interrupted by Air Slash. It seemed like Lucario flinched, so Cynthia launched another Air Slash, but Lucario was like, nah gang, I'm straight, and deflected Air Slash. Cynthia retrieves Togekiss, so everyone thought she was subbing it out again. Then she pulls out a Dynamax man! So Ash responds by Mega Evolving Lucario. Togekiss uses Max Airstream and Lucario just climbs on it while charging up an Aura Sphere. Togekiss gets rid of Aura Sphere, then Lucario runs up Max Airstream again and starts dishing out bullet punches. Yeah, I know Togekiss was feeling that. Togekiss uses Max Airstream again and Lucario starts charging up its aura. It releases this huge Aura Sphere which was so big that Greninja was able to feel it all the way in Kalos. After taking that ridiculous sized Aura Sphere dead on, Togekiss is still able to stand and fly around. It uses Sky Attack which Lucario avoids with Double Team. Then it just goes knocking out Togekiss. Now it's a one-on-one. Garchomp versus Lucario. Will Ash pull through and fight Leon? Or will Cynthia swoop in and end Ash's run? Garchomp uses Scale Shot and Lucario deflects with Bullet Punch. Both Aura Sphere and Scale Shot collide, then both sides start throwing hands! Garchomp's going for straight headshots, unlike a certain person, and Lucario's going for body shots. Both sides land direct hits, but Lucario looked like it took more damage, so Cynthia got on that with maximum speed and efficiency. It lands Dragon Claw, but Lucario gut checks this man with reversal. They both fall to the ground, but Lucario gets back up, meaning that Ash will be facing Leon for the champion title. While this was an amazing victory for Ash, what I didn't like was that after this happened, the amount of Greninja slander that just popped up out of nowhere People online talking about some Greninja ain't this, Greninja ain't that. He couldn't beat a fire type with the league title on the line on Charizard and up. Shut the heck up. Y'all don't know nothing. All y'all talking about Lucario better than Greninja. Shut the heck up. Y'all don't watch this man for real. Y'all know once Mega Charizard was part Dragon type, so Greninja's moves couldn't do anything. He's been saving Carlos since I don't know when. If I got another one of y'all talking sweet about Greninja, I'm beating ass! After the battle, it was just another filler episode, except this time it was about Berserker and Eternatus was just chilling out in the open. And then at the end of the episode, Gold leaves to go take care of Project Mew. Luckily, Dawn and Chloe showed up so Ash wouldn't be here alone. Now the stage is set. The 8th seeded Ash versus the 1st seeded Leon. Will Ash truly beat the allegations? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Ash starts with Pikachu and Leon leads with Cinderace. Pikachu uses Thunderbolt but got interrupted by Scorching Sands. Thunderbolt lands anyway, but Cinderace was unaffected. Why? Because of Libero. Libero was basically Protean's shadow clone, changing the Pokemon's type to whatever move it just used. So when Cinderace used Scorching Sands, it turned it into a ground type which made it immune to Pikachu's Thunderbolt. Both Ash and Leon call back their Pokemon and send in Inteleon and Gengar. Inteleon head dinks Gengar with Snipe Shot and does all this just to deflect Shadow Ball. Like, he ain't really have to do all that. Gengar dodges Dark Pulse, then Leon bites Ash's flow, word for word, bar for bar, and turn the battlefield into one of those spinning rod thingies at amusement parks with one rod on the top and one on the bottom. I don't know what they're called, but maybe someone in the comments knows. Gengar uses Will-O-Wisp to turn the water into steam, then Ash Gigantamaxes Gengar. Inteleon gets hit with Max Terror, but was able to land a Snipe Shot right to the dome. Because Inteleon was hit by G-Max Terror, it was unable to switch out. This led to it being taken out by Max Ooze. Mr. Rime is Leon's next Pokemon. It freezes Slush Bomb with Freeze Dry, but thanks to Curse Body, that would be the only time it would be used. Too bad Gengar got poisoned, so there wasn't much it could do. Mr. Rime sets up Psychic Terrain, then uses Expanding Force, taking out Gengar. Bro was hitting the victory dance and everything. I know he was feeling good. Ash's next Pokemon is Sirfetch'd. It uses Fury Cutter, but none of its attacks were connecting. Eventually, it was able to land a hit, but as it was about to land Brutal Swing, Mr. Rime caught its leak and used Expanding Force. Mr. Rime then free kicks Sirfetch'd not once, but 3 times. Sirfetch'd dodges Expanding Force and Triple Axle, then destroys the Psychic Terrain. Ash subs in Lucario and Mega Evolves it. Low key, I was gonna say something about Lucario's aura, but I think the announcer said it best. Mr. Rime avoids Bullet Punch, then 180 kicks this man to the chin, but 3 times wasn't enough, so you know he had to double it. So Lucario used what Big Bro Greninja taught him, weave the Triple Axle and pop this man with Aura Sphere. Leon switches into Dragapult and got absolutely destroyed by Bullet Punch. It lands Flamethrower, then Ash switches to Dracovish. Dracovish gets hit by Dragon Darts, then starts to tweak out. Dragapult uses Flamethrower and charges in. Dracovish catches it and took a bite out of its frontal lobe. Bite of 87 is joint. Dragapult uses Dragon Tail, causing Dracovish to be subbed out for Dragonite. It uses Dragon Darts, which was blocked by Dragon Dance. Bro looks like me after being outside for 3 hours. I'm telling y'all, bro, them gnats, mosquitoes, flies, whatever, are no joke when you're all sweaty and smell like a Discord mod's basement. Dragapult uses Dragon Tail again, which sent Lucario back in. So Ash took a deep breath and said, "Put him in the dirt!" Lucario got blocked by Thunderbolt, which ended up paralyzing it, then got burnt to a crisp by Flamethrower. Dragonite gets sent back in and uses Hurricane. Dragapult tries to use Thunderbolt, but the Hurricane turned it into Ben Simmons, so it missed. Eventually, Dragapult was able to land a hit. Then Dragonite used Draco Meteor, grabbed Dragapult, and pile drived it to the ground. Up next is Rillaboom. It uses Drum Beating, and Dragonite uses Hurricane. Rillaboom responds by beating his wood even harder. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I made that joke again. Which ended up working. Dragonite uses its special move, Dragonite Meteor, but got slammed on the ground. It goes in with Dragon Claw, but went like 0 for 15 from the field. Rillaboom then sweeps Dragonite from under its feet, then does the Hadouken motion to knock it out. Sirfetch'd goes back in and collides with High Horsepower. It overpowers Rillaboom, but now it isn't able to move. Rillaboom took advantage of this and did some big damage with High Horsepower. Sirfetch'd then uses its shield to glide along the vines and use Fury Cutter. But Rillaboom threw its shield back at it, then palmed it into the ground, taking it out. Now Ash has 2 Pokemon left and Leon still has 3. Ash sends in Dracovish, who destroys the vines created by Drum Beating. And this caused Rillaboom to crash out. Both Dracovish and Rillaboom run into each other, and Rillaboom takes the fall. Leon sends Cinderace back in and knees Dracovish in the stomach. Dracovish retaliates with Water Gun, but it got blocked by Pyro Ball. Cinderace blocks Fishious Rend, then KOs Dracovish with High Jump Kick. So now Ash has one Pokemon left, the Son of Arceus. But see, the thing about Pikachu is that no lead is safe. Leon switches Charizard in, and Ash sends out Pikachu. Leon Gigantamaxes Charizard, then uses Max Rockfall. Pikachu avoids it and lands an Iron Tail directly on Charizard's skull. And you wanna know what Charizard does? Just stands there like,
I know this mouse did not just hit me in the head. Do you wanna die, little buddy?
Charizard uses Max Wormwind, but Pikachu was still standing. So Ash had no other choice but to use Let That Hole Rip Extreme! That collision damn near caused a tear in the sky, which made the #1 Dynamax Energy Fiend pull up and gave Ash and Leon the ability to Gigantamax a second time. This time, Leon Gigantamaxes Cinderace and Ash Gigantamaxes Pikachu. Cinderace uses G-Max Fireball and Pikachu uses Let That Hole Rip Big Edition. Both Pokemon were hit by each other's moves, but Cinderace couldn't keep going. So now it's a one-on-one, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get active! Pikachu gets the first hit with Quick Attack, then got swatted away. Charizard uses Air Slash followed up by Fire Blast, but Pikachu was like, not on my watch. Both Thunderbolt and Fire Blast combined and created this beautiful masterpiece. I know the animators were working overtime on this moment. Pikachu uses Iron Tail and Charizard tanks it. Look at this man right now. Then gets off a point blank Dragon Pulse. Pikachu was able to neutralize it, then goes Super Saiyan on him. Okay, Pikachu. Everything about this moment is peak right now. The Pokemon, the characters, the animation, the cameraman. I gotta take a walk. Hold on. Pikachu gut checks Charizard at light speed, then dodges Ancient Power and Air Slash. It deflects Charizard slashes with Iron Tail, then barely misses the last hit. Damn! Pikachu got hit by Fire Blast and almost got knocked out. This isn't like Rowlet's case, this is different. Then Pikachu gets some words of encouragement from all of the Pokemon he traveled with along the way.
Get up! 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 Get up!
Pikachu finally gets up and turns Super Saiyan once more, and then we hear this masterpiece. I wish I could play this entire song, but I'm gonna probably get copyrighted and I don't want to deal with all of that, so we're just gonna have to deal with something else. This joke got so good, the animation got better. This is the Son of Arceus. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. There is power in the name of Jesus. So break every chain. Break every chain, break every chain. He picked me up, he turned me around, he placed my feet on solid ground. I thank the Master, I thank the Savior, I thank God. I'm working in power, working in miracles. I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. Oh, I gotta take another walk. So yeah, Ash is the world's strongest trainer. Finally, after 25 years. No BS. No last-minute rivals, and no Mickey Mouse trophy. With the conclusion of Ash's final league run, it is also the conclusion of the Pokemon League Review series. It's been a hell of a journey, not gonna lie. But this isn't the end. There's so many more things about the anime we can go over, so if anything, our journey is just beginning. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, or night depending on when you're watching this, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.